Have you ever wondered what truly happens to intimacy and connection as we grow older? Does it simply fade away, or does it transform into something deeper and more meaningful? If you've ever felt unsure about how aging affects your emotional, physical, and even mental health, you're not alone. In this video, we're going to address a topic that's often left unspoken: the surprising impact of intimacy, or the lack of it, on life after 70. Why should you keep watching? Because this isn't just about physical closeness. It's about understanding how intimacy affects your overall well-being, from your cardiovascular health to your cognitive sharpness and emotional resilience. You'll learn the hidden truths about the myths that prevent older adults from embracing this important part of life, the medical benefits of staying connected, and the devastating consequences when intimacy is neglected. By the end of this video, you'll discover actionable steps to reclaim intimacy, rebuild connection, and live a happier, healthier life, no matter your age. Whether you're curious about the hormonal changes affecting you, the psychological risks of isolation, or simply how to maintain a fulfilling and joyful life, this video is packed with valuable insights you can't afford to miss. Stay with us to uncover the wisdom that could transform your golden years. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. Let me begin by making something abundantly clear. This space exists out of deep respect, compassion, and an unwavering love for all older adults. It is a space where every individual's journey, no matter where they are in life, is honored. It's crucial to understand that sexuality, the vibrant and essential part of the human experience, does not have an expiration date. As we age, it does not simply vanish or become irrelevant. Instead, it transforms, evolving into something uniquely different, yet equally powerful. Just because the outward expressions of our sexual selves may change over time doesn't mean that sexuality loses its relevance or significance. It may take on new shapes and new forms, yet it remains a deep, unshakable source of connection, well-being, and happiness. And if that is the case, why should we, as a society, shy away from talking openly about it? Why do we hesitate to discuss something that is so inherently human, so deeply entwined with our sense of self-worth, pleasure, and emotional vitality? It is time for us to shed the silence and embrace the fullness of our sexual identities at any age. Now, let's turn our attention to an undeniably poignant and pressing question. What happens when intimacy begins to fade from our lives, particularly as we pass the age of 70? It's important to recognize that this is not just a physical concern. It is an issue that touches every facet of our being. Intimacy, in its many forms, plays an essential role in our emotional, social, and even cognitive well-being. As we age, the absence of intimacy is not just a loss of touch. It is a gradual, often unnoticed erosion of connection that impacts our sense of self-worth, our happiness, and our ability to thrive. It is as if we lose a vital thread that once tied us to those we love and, perhaps most tragically, to ourselves. We might not even realize the depth of the toll it takes on us until we find ourselves yearning for that closeness, that simple, beautiful exchange that we took for granted when we were younger. But this loss, while profound, is not something we must accept passively. It is not something that must define us. We have the power to reclaim intimacy in our lives and redefine what it means to connect deeply with others, regardless of age. From a medical perspective, intimacy, whether we're talking about sexual activity or the simple acts of caressing, kissing, or even a gentle touch, holds tremendous benefits, both for our physical and mental health. It is far more than just a source of pleasure. It's a vital part of maintaining overall well-being. Every act of closeness, every loving touch, has a ripple effect on our bodies, releasing powerful, life-affirming hormones that enhance our quality of life. Oxytocin, often called the love hormone, is one of the key players in this intricate dance. Released during moments of affection, caresses, and yes, sexual activity, oxytocin strengthens the bonds between individuals, creating feelings of trust, warmth, and emotional safety. It fosters a sense of belonging and connection that is essential as we grow older and perhaps feel more isolated or disconnected. This hormone not only nurtures our emotional state but also has profound physical benefits, lowering blood pressure, reducing stress, and helping to combat the negative effects of aging. Alongside oxytocin, endorphins, the body's natural mood elevators, are released during moments of intimacy. These chemicals, often referred to as the body's natural antidepressants, can bring feelings of happiness, calm, and even euphoria. They help to alleviate pain, reduce anxiety, and combat feelings of sadness or depression. The act of embracing another human being, even without the expectation of sex, can trigger the release of endorphins, creating a sense of emotional uplift and providing physical relief from the aches and pains that often accompany aging. Intimacy is not just a fleeting moment of pleasure. It is a powerful tool for emotional healing, physical well-being, and long-term vitality. It is one of the few things in life that can heal from the inside out, nourishing our minds, our bodies, and our hearts in ways that exercise or diet alone cannot. So, why do we still avoid talking about this? Why do we feel so uncomfortable discussing intimacy and sexuality as we age? The truth is, we need to confront this discomfort. We need to acknowledge that intimacy is a fundamental human need that doesn't diminish with age. It simply evolves. It remains a vital part of who we are, and it is crucial for our well-being, longevity, and happiness. It's time to break free from societal taboos and embrace intimacy at every stage of life, understanding that it's not only about physical connection. It's about the emotional bonds, the healing touch, and the deep, unconditional love that we deserve to experience at any age. When we allow ourselves to fully embrace intimacy, we open ourselves up to a fuller, more vibrant life. One that is filled with joy, connection, and the lasting benefits of emotional and physical closeness. So let us honor and celebrate our sexual identities, recognizing them as an essential part of who we are, no matter how old we get. The absence of intimate contact can have deeply devastating effects, quietly yet powerfully impacting every aspect of our lives. It doesn't just leave us feeling alone or disconnected. It can trigger a cascade of emotional turmoil that may eventually spiral into overwhelming stress, anxiety, and depression. For older adults, the consequences of this emotional deprivation are even more profound, often magnifying the quiet struggles of aging. As we grow older, we are inevitably faced with physical and hormonal changes that can alter our libido and sexual energy, leaving us to grapple with the complex realities of a body that no longer responds the way it once did. These changes can feel isolating, as though we are losing touch not only with our youthful selves but with the very essence of what it means to be alive and connected to others. But these shifts are not the only challenge we face. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Perhaps even more damaging is the societal myth that once we reach a certain age, we lose the desire for or need for intimacy altogether. This belief is a cruel and dangerous one that isolates older adults further by suggesting that their emotional needs and desires no longer matter. It pushes intimacy into the shadows, making it an uncomfortable or taboo subject to discuss. And when intimacy becomes a topic we are too embarrassed or ashamed to bring up, it creates a vicious cycle, a cycle of silence, misinformation, and deepening loneliness. We are left with an unspoken understanding that our desire for connection, affection, and touch is no longer valid when in truth, these needs remain just as strong as they ever were. The physical toll of this emotional neglect is just as troubling. Lack of intimacy, particularly as we age, can have serious repercussions for our overall health, especially our cardiovascular health. Medical studies have repeatedly shown that older adults who maintain some form of regular sexual activity experience better circulation, healthier blood pressure, and a significantly reduced risk of heart disease and other cardiovascular conditions. The act of intimacy, in whatever form it takes, can be a powerful protector of our physical well-being, nurturing our bodies in ways that are just as important as diet or exercise. But when we deprive ourselves of this connection, when we choose to avoid or suppress our emotional and physical needs, we risk the onset of chronic inflammation, a condition that is linked to a host of devastating health issues, such as arthritis, type 2 diabetes, and even heart disease. Yet, the damage doesn't end with the body. Our minds and emotions are not immune to the harmful effects of this disconnection. Without intimate contact, without the bonds of closeness, understanding, and affection, we risk falling into a deep sense of emotional despair. We may feel overlooked, as though our worth is diminished with age, or that we no longer have a place in the emotional landscape of those around us. This is where I want to make a vital distinction. Intimacy is not solely defined by romantic relationships. Intimacy encompasses much more. It is the emotional closeness, the trust, and the shared moments that bind us to others in meaningful ways. It is in the shared smiles, the words of encouragement, and the small gestures that show we are seen and heard. Intimacy also includes physical touch, something as simple as a warm hug or a gentle caress. These seemingly small acts have the extraordinary power to lift our spirits, remind us of our worth, and affirm our deep connection to the world. Touch, affection, and physical closeness are not luxuries. They are necessities for emotional and psychological well-being. Without them, we may begin to lose our sense of identity, feeling as though we are no longer important, nor worthy of love or connection. In the absence of these vital exchanges, our self-esteem can wither, leaving us vulnerable and emotionally adrift. The emotional and mental benefits of intimacy cannot be overstated. It is through these connections, both physical and emotional, that we maintain our sense of self, our purpose, and our place in the world. Intimacy is the very thread that ties us to others, to our families, to our communities, and to life itself. It keeps us anchored, grounded in the knowledge that we matter, that we are loved, and that we are deserving of both affection and respect. This is especially crucial in the later stages of life when we may feel more disconnected than ever, more easily forgotten in the hustle and bustle of the world. Without intimacy, we risk not just physical ailments but a deeper emotional decline, one that erodes our spirit and leaves us feeling lost in a world that continues to move forward without us. So, let us embrace the full spectrum of intimacy, whether in romantic relationships, friendships, or family bonds. Let us honor our deep need for connection and refuse to let societal myths or personal discomforts stand in the way. Our emotional health, our physical well-being, and our sense of self-worth depend on it. A groundbreaking psychological study has revealed a deeply troubling reality. Older adults who endure chronic feelings of loneliness and sexual dissatisfaction are far more vulnerable to developing dementia and other cognitive disorders as they age. This sobering finding raises an important question. Why does this happen? The answer lies within the intricate connection between intimacy and brain health. Intimacy, far from being a mere physical act, plays a profound role in stimulating our neural connections and keeping our minds vibrant and active. When we connect intimately, we engage not only our bodies but also the complex web of our emotional and cognitive selves. The brain, much like any organ in our body, requires continuous stimulation to remain strong and healthy. Sexuality, in particular, is one of the most powerful forms of stimulation available to us, acting as a vital force that nurtures the emotional and mental energy we need to thrive in our later years. The significance of intimacy is often underestimated, yet it is a cornerstone of mental well-being, helping to preserve our cognitive abilities and offering a sense of purpose and connection as we age. Understanding this, we must also recognize the essential role of open and honest communication in our relationships. The ability to express our feelings and needs without fear of judgment or misunderstanding fosters emotional intimacy. This depth of connection enriches our lives in ways that go beyond physical affection, creating a bond that sustains us in the face of life's challenges. As we age, this communication becomes even more crucial. It's through these dialogues that we maintain the closeness, understanding, and support we need to navigate the changes that come with growing older. Furthermore, taking care of our physical health is an essential part of this equation. A well-nourished body, exercised, and cared for provides the energy and vitality necessary for emotional connection. It's through these actions that we show ourselves, and those we love, that we are worthy of affection, respect, and joy. In addition, seeking out activities that encourage emotional and social engagement is equally important. Whether it's reconnecting with old friends, embracing new hobbies, or finding a community of like-minded individuals, these connections keep us engaged with the world and prevent the isolation that so often accompanies aging. The importance of emotional and sexual therapy, too, cannot be overstated. For many, seeking professional help can be a life-changing experience, offering insights and strategies to help them reclaim intimacy, rediscover pleasure, and regain a sense of control over their sexual and emotional lives. Another critical aspect to consider is the profound impact of hormonal changes that accompany aging, particularly on sexual health. For women, the transition through menopause often brings with it a range of physical and emotional challenges, including a drop in estrogen levels that can lead to vaginal dryness, discomfort, and decreased libido. These changes can make intimacy seem like a distant memory, rather than a present reality. For men, the reduction in testosterone levels can affect desire, arousal, and even physical performance, leading to frustration and a sense of disconnection. However, it's vital to understand that these challenges are not insurmountable. Safe and effective solutions are available, from hormone replacement therapies to specially formulated lubricants and treatments that help to restore balance and alleviate discomfort. These interventions can bring back a sense of ease and comfort, allowing both men and women to continue enjoying intimate experiences that are vital to their mental and emotional well-being. At this stage of life, one of the most transformative acts we can engage in is learning to rediscover our sexuality. While how we experience intimacy may change over time, this evolution does not diminish its importance or its potential to bring us joy and fulfillment. Many older adults find that, without the worries of pregnancy or the societal pressures of youth, they can embrace a more relaxed, meaningful, and deeply satisfying approach to their sexual lives. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. In fact, for many, this is a time when intimacy takes on a new depth, focused not just on physical pleasure but on emotional connection, mutual care, and shared experiences. The shift from youthful passion to mature intimacy can lead to a more fulfilling and enduring bond between partners, one that is rooted in understanding, tenderness, and gratitude. This is a time when the joy of connection, both emotional and physical, can be experienced in uniquely satisfying ways. However, we must also confront the social barriers that prevent many older adults from fully embracing their sexuality. The lack of sexual education for seniors often fosters shame, isolation, and silence, leaving many feeling disconnected from their desires and needs. In a society that tends to equate sexuality with youth, the idea of older adults being sexual beings is often dismissed or taboo. This stigma can be deeply damaging, as it discourages individuals from seeking help, expressing their desires, or even acknowledging the importance of intimacy in their lives. We must dismantle these harmful stereotypes and recognize that sexuality is a fundamental human right, one that transcends age. Just as our need for love, connection, and intimacy doesn't disappear with age, neither does our capacity for pleasure. As we age, we should not feel pressured to abandon our desires or to diminish the importance of sexual connection. Rather, we should embrace the idea that intimacy can be just as vital, nourishing, and transformative in our later years as it was in our youth. Rediscovering and nurturing our sexuality is not only an act of personal liberation but also a declaration that our worth, our pleasure, and our connection with others matter, regardless of our age. Ultimately, the need for intimacy in our lives, whether through physical affection, emotional bonding, or a deeper sense of connection, is not a luxury. It is a fundamental necessity for maintaining mental, emotional, and physical well-being as we grow older. We must learn to honor and cultivate this aspect of our lives with the same care and attention we give to our bodies and minds. By doing so, we not only enrich our own lives but also inspire others to do the same, creating a world where aging is seen not as a time to relinquish pleasure, but as a time to celebrate, explore, and cherish the beauty of intimacy in all its forms. As we wrap up today's video, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned together. Intimacy is not just a physical experience. It's a vital connection that nurtures our minds, hearts, and souls. It's a source of strength, mental vitality, and emotional fulfillment that we can continue to embrace, no matter our age. We've also touched on the importance of open communication, self-care, and seeking help when needed to maintain a fulfilling and healthy sexual life. Most importantly, we've learned that sexuality is a human right that doesn't fade with age, and with the right approach, it can enhance our lives in ways we never imagined. So, what stood out to you the most in today's discussion? What is one thing you've learned that you will bring into your own life moving forward? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave your comment below, like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.